everybody, it's Kelly and I am back with another layout, and today I'm going to scrapbook these photos of my daughter-in-law, her dad, and M1 and 3 at a sweetheart dance. And it's just, there's such cute pictures from that dance, and just, they're all sweethearts, right? So I'm going to use quite a bit of things from the Doodlebug French Kiss collection, which that polka dot paper that I'm mounting the photos on right there with the multicolored polka dot paper is from Doodlebug French Kiss, the navy dot paper. And then I'm going to do kind of the same thing on the other side, put that on the dot paper. And so it's like, like some still shots there, and then a couple of more dancing shots, that kind of a thing. And I have these die cuts. So the Sweetheart die cut came from the Doodlebug French Kiss Chit Chat pack. And the people, like that, that little couple there, those die cuts came from the French Kiss odds and ends. So it's more like title pieces and words, and then icons are kind of how this Chit Chat and odds and ends are separated out. Both really big packs, you get lots in them. And then those people on the bike again are from the odds and ends as well. But I love that, I found the word sweetheart and it was a sweetheart dance. And I do call my grandkids sweetheart often. So that kind of is fun and appropriate. I am thinking that I want to do some sort of journaling or something up here. So I'm looking at this piece of Doodlebug Petite Prince paper, but I'm going to not use that spoiler. I just pulled that off. So I'm kind of playing around with, do I put my title up here? I did add in that sweetheart, the sweetheart speech bubble there, and that came from the French Kiss Chit Chat, again, the words. Thinking about using that label from Ellie's Studio there, and then that little row of hearts and flowers is from the odds and ends kit. So the speech bubbles, thinking about using this Eiffel Tower die cut. Even though I have Eiffel Tower stickers, or I have lots of Eiffel Tower pictures, I have tons of Eiffel Towers from this collection. And only so many pictures to scrapbook. So then what I ended up doing is I found that little journaling cut apart, that pink one there, that says, "Oh, what a lovely day." I'm also thinking about using that banner. This is all coming from Ellie's Studio cut aparts there, basically, as I'm looking through. I keep them in photo holders. So I'm kind of looking through those. And I'm not quite sure that I like what's going on up there on that top left page. So I'm going to do what I know. That's always a good thing to do, so I'm going to put down the pieces on the bottom right there in that cluster, that embellishment cluster. And the more I thought about it, the more I decided to actually kind of cut the banner out there, and I like that much better than it was when it was just the rectangle. Looks a little bit more, quote, real. So that's Ellie's Studio again. So then what I'm going to do is, because those photos aren't the same height, I want one of the lines, either the top or the bottom line, to be the same. That brings cohesiveness from page to page. So I'm doing that across that way. And I didn't tell you about the background papers here. So that heart paper is from the Doodlebug French Kiss. It's the French Cafe paper. And then the red paper is Doodlebug Petite Prince Ladybug Gingham Linen. So even though I have different backgrounds, which I often do when I have 2-page layouts, because I don't always have 2 of one color or one kind of print, I'll use something different, but then use something within the layout to bring those 2 pages together. And it often is the pattern paper that I'm setting on top of the background paper then. So even though the photos aren't the same height, there's definitely commonality. You see that as you go across the page, you understand that they belong together because the I'm using kind of the same kinds of die cuts, but more importantly, that polka dot paper is carried from one side to the other. And I like I think that heart paper, if I'd used it on both sides, would have just been too much. You might think it's too much as it is, but would have been too much because it's so busy. But I do love it. So now I'm playing around a little bit, trying to figure out what to do for some smaller embellishments. And I like that blue enamel bow there. That's from the Doodlebug Shape Sprinkles French Kiss collection. Lots of French Kiss on here. And I'm kind of playing around with, do I do another bow here? I just tapped below the Sweetheart, and the reason I did that is I want to call this Sweetheart Dance Dates. So the Sweetheart is part of the title, but it's not the whole title. So I'll use like almost like a subtitle. And these are the infamous, if you've been scrapbooking a while, October Afternoon Mini Market stickers in CN Sales from 2015, one of their last collections. And boy, do I miss these. Although I have tons of them. I need to use them more often, but I think they're not this particular colorway, but different Mini Market stickers. The other thing is this one is actually kind of a white background. A lot of them are more distressed, more of a cream color. And you just don't scrapbook with that as much. There's a lot of white background right now in scrapbook papers, but when I first started scrapbooking in the early 2000s, and then through about this time in 2015 is when the changeover was going from cream to white backgrounds. So if you've scrapbooked a long time, you'll know what I'm talking about with all those beautiful October Afternoon papers. And that's one of the companies I miss a lot. All right. So I just decided not to do that bow, and instead I'm going to do these heart enamels up on that top left. And those come from the Doodlebug Shape Sprinkles. The Heart Throb is the name of those sprinkles. And so I'm going to put them up there. And then I decided to bring them down so that because the flower, and the flowers are from the same French Kiss collection too, by the way, those enamels, the flowers on the bottom right. All right, there is the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are well, and I will be back again with another layout soon. Bye, everybody.